want a ticket to anywhere. Maybe we make a deal. Maybe together we can get somewhere. Any place is better. Starting from zero, got nothing to lose. Maybe we'll make something. Me, myself, I got nothing to prove. You got a fast car, I got a plan to get us out of here. Been working at the convenience store. Managed to save just a little bit of money. Won't have to drive too far. Just cross the border and into the city. You and I can both get jobs and finally see what it means to be living. See, my old man's got a problem. Yeah, with the bottle, that's the way it is. He says his body's too old for working. His body's too young to look like his. My mama went off and left him. She wanted more from life than he could give. I said somebody's got to take care of him. So I quit school and that's what I did. You got a fast car. Is it fast enough so we can fly away? We gotta make a decision. Leave tonight or live and die this way. So I remember when we were driving in your car. Speed so fast I felt like I was drunk. City lights stay out before us, and your arm felt nice wrapped around my shoulder. And I had a feeling that I belonged. Had a feeling I could be someone, be someone, be someone. You got a fast car.
Welcome to Florence, Italy. This is August, or actually September of 2017. We started out the day with the croissants in the hotel, a little cappuccino. And then after that we went to the Academy and we saw the David. Of course, the David was from the great sculptor Michelangelo Buonarroti from Florence, and took about 3 years to complete, but I'll tell you what, it was worth every second to watch the detail that he had within the statue. After that, we did a stop over at the Santa Maria Duomo. It has a baptistry here in Florence. For those of you unfamiliar, a baptistry is similar to a cathedral. Cathedral has a bishop, a baptistry does not. But a baptistry basically would be the main church, the center of town. And we also saw some frescoes. The frescoes, if you're not familiar, are painted.
This is a cathedral.
Painted.
A cathedral has a bishop. A basilica does not.
Basilica does not. So basically, after the fresco, that's painted wet on the wall or the ceiling, and it preserves the colors, but you have to apply it right away, but it lasts for a long, long time. After that, we all climbed the steps to the top of the Duomo. It had a view of the entire city, which was unbelievably beautiful. After that, we came down, had a little spritz. And after the spritz, Mom decided to stay for a second or third spritz, and Lauren, Katie, and I went up the bell tower. In the background, you'll see the bell tower right now. That's when we climbed that, and basically that's about 300 steps, and it was another beautiful view of the city, and we followed that up with a trip to the baptistry here on my right. And at that point, the baptistry was octagonal and had beautiful artwork inside. We're having a great trip, and I'll check back in with you from the Amalfi Coast.
midnight. I say we lose control.
All right, we're here from our balcony in Sorrento, and with my beautiful bride Tracy here. We're having a great trip so far. I did want to share a funny story about this morning. Basically, we met a very nice doctor and his wife and his daughter.
Well, we were back up in Florence.
Or we were up in Florence on our way out, and he was very knowledgeable. We went to a lot of the same places. He was talking about the Uffizi Museum, and he had a little book out. And anyway, it was sort of a funny conversation because he would point to pictures and say, "Oh, did you see this particular painting?" And Tracy would say, "Oh, I missed that one." He'd go, "Oh, that was one of the best ones. It was must see. You missed that one." And then all of a sudden, Tracy would find one that she saw, and she would point to it and say, "Yeah, I saw this one." He says, "Not important, not important." You know, and anyway, he kind of went on.
But I think he was making up because from the beginning, when he started the conversation, he wanted to know if I saw Botticelli's Birth of Venus. And he didn't see it, he missed it. So I think all of that was to get back at me because he was jealous.
And Tracy did. She was very cultured. She was the only one of the four of us that went to the museum. We missed that.
And he absolutely
we'll have
said
to go another time.
Nobody should come to Florence and not go to the
We did go
Uffizi.
to the Accademia, which was where David is housed, currently being housed, and that was very moving to watch Michelangelo, his work. So anyway, that was a great day.
We're looking forward to going to Pompeii and Mount Vesuvius tomorrow, so tune in later.
Yep, we'll give you an update tomorrow.
I was left to my own devices. Many days fell away with nothing to show, and the walls kept tumbling down in the city that we love. Great clouds all over the hills, bringing darkness from above. But if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like nothing changed at all? And if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like you've been here before? How am I gonna be an optimist about this? How am I gonna be an optimist about this? We were caught up and lost in all of our vices. In your poses, the dust settled around us, and the walls kept tumbling down in the city that we love. Great clouds roll over the hills, bringing darkness from above. But if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like nothing changed at all? And if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like you've been here before?
Vamos a la playa, a mí me gusta bailar el ritmo de la noche, sounds of fiesta. Vamos a la playa, a mí me gusta bailar el ritmo de la noche, sounds of fiesta. You know we go where the feeling is right. You know we go where the groove is hot. You know we go where the feeling is right. Feeling is right. Feeling is right. Vamos a la playa, a mí me gusta bailar el ritmo de la noche, sounds of fiesta. Vamos a la playa, a mí me gusta bailar el ritmo de la noche, sounds of fiesta.
Yeah, I was going to just share that I had one of the greatest days of my life today. Basically, came to Sorrento today, and we had a little lunch, and then after the lunch, the ladies decided to take a little nap, and I said, well, I'm going to go on and try to jump into the Mediterranean. So you have to go down a sort of it's up on a cliff, Sorrento, and basically you have to go down a lot of stairs, and anyway, I made it down to the bottom. This was right around sunset time, and I'll tell you what, the water was just great. I swam all the way around a huge circle. As I was swimming, the crowd of people that's up on the cliff noticed me, and everybody started kind of waving, and a couple people started whistling. I wasn't quite sure what they were doing, but I looked down, and then I started waving back, and then everyone started clapping. I think it's maybe they weren't used to people swimming as long as I was, or as far out as I was. So I made it all the way down from one end to the other, and then as I got back to where my beach, I went out a little bit, kind of the opening. They have some rocks sort of sheltering this area, but I went out kind of an opening between the rocks and watched the sunset, which was just absolutely magnificent. We're not facing due west, it was sort of northwest, but went over the hills and the sun was setting down, and then at that point I decided to swim outside the barrier reefs, and I did that, and again people up at the top started cheering, and I went around and came back and swam. Walked all the way up, back up this number of steps, probably at least 200-300 steps. About halfway up, I started hearing shoo. Anyway, it was fireworks. So the fireworks lasted probably 15-20 minutes. I mean, it wasn't like 5 minutes or whatever. They just one after the other, they were going off the coast. And this was all happening as the sun was setting. The lights were kind of going all around. I believe it is Mount Vesuvius in the distance, although I'm going to double check the map to make sure. But there were other islands as well, and just very, very beautiful night. Made it up to the top, walked back to the hotel, and I think it's about time to go get a gelato or maybe something a little bit stronger than that. So cheers from Sorrento, beautiful city. I'd recommend it to anybody.
Sound of drums, people couldn't believe what I'd become. Revolutionaries wait for my head on a silver plate, just a puppet on a lonely string. Oh, who would ever want to be king? I hear Jerusalem bells ringing, Roman cavalry choir.
Buongiorno. This is our final day in Rome. The first day we went to the Vatican and we saw a number of amazing pieces, including the Sistine Chapel, St. Peter's Square, a number of art from Michelangelo, Da Vinci. Yesterday we went to the Colosseum. We saw where the animals were raised up into the arena. We saw where the gladiators came through and had fights to the death. We were up around the top area where one side had crumbled and the other had been reconstructed. Today is our free day, so we're just trying to spoil Mom as much as possible, stop by as many stores and get her little gifts, and enjoy our incredible trip that we've had for the last couple of weeks to Rome, Venice, Florence, Sorrento. It's been amazing. Ciao and andiamo.
Solo sogno l'orizzonte, mancano le parole. Sì, lo so che non c'è luce in una stanza quando manca il sole. Se non ci sei tu con me.
Hello, we are here on the rooftop bar in Rome. It's our last night here. I can't believe how fast 2 weeks went by. Wow, what a trip. It has truly been life-changing. We started in Venice, we went to Florence, we went down to Sorrento, we visited Positano and the Amalfi Coast, then we came back up to Rome, and it has just been a whirlwind of days. Lots of tours and lots of time for ourselves to walk around and really get to know each city. Last night we talked about ranking the cities, and it's hard to even do that because they're so different. There was something from every city that we all absolutely loved. I don't think it could have been done in under 2 weeks. I'll say I've never been this tired after a vacation, but I've never been this just wowed by a place. I'm so grateful that our parents gave us the opportunity to come to Italy and see everything here, and I'll never forget it. Ciao. Alright, we're here on our last night here, or our last morning in Rome. Just finishing my cappuccino and donut as we head to the airport. It's been a great trip. It went by pretty fast. We did about everything you could possibly do in Italy in 2 weeks. My mom really managed to fit in all of the tours in, which were great, but it was also nice to have just some free time yesterday to go shopping, hang out, do all that. But it was really a great time, and I'll never forget it.
Well, it's hard to put into words, but basically it's been probably my greatest trip ever, mostly because I spent it with my favorite people in the world, and got to give credit to Mom for putting everything together and really laying out a beautiful itinerary for us. And we've had just a lot of fun, a lot of great tours, a lot of good times together, and sort of a great opportunity for us with Katie heading into her senior year at Stanford and Lauren getting married a year from now to really all spend some really quality time together, and just do a lot of fun activities, learn a lot about history, and seeing, experience a new country all together. So as far as I'm concerned, it couldn't have gone better, and I'll say ciao, and we'll wait till the next trip and hopefully do it again.
This has been an amazing 2 weeks in Italy. Our dream come true. It's been everything and more than I could have ever imagined. We started in Venice and then moved to Florence, went to Tuscany and Pisa while we were there, and then down to the Amalfi Coast, Sorrento and Positano, and now we're finishing up in Rome. It's been just a whirlwind, but I can't even begin to explain how wonderful it's been being together as a family. And
Rome is quite an interesting city, and I love all of our jokes that we've had. One of them has been every night there are tons of vendors out on the street selling things, and we try not to make eye contact with them because they will, of course, jump, right over to you. And one of the things was a sky flyer, and it was this blue, like bird-like thing that goes way up in the sky. And so I still may buy one of those this evening before we leave because they are actually very cool. We'll see. Tune in tomorrow when we get to the airport. But it's been a great trip. We want to thank Dad for supporting us, and paying for all of this, working hard so we can come and have this last hurrah. Bye-bye.